Hey everybody! Okay, so we're up and hi! Let's see who's joining us today. Hi Sony! Crystal, hi! Trust me, this feels so weird to be doing this, so we're going to wait for a few more people, but I just want to say hi, see how you're doing. Are you one of my students, or are you part of the club? Because I can't tell from the name. Let's see what she says. Oh, Claudia! Hola, Claudia. Good to see you. I love this. Welcome to the 21st century. I'm in my house, and I'm talking to my students. I love it. Why are you sorry? Okay, we apologize too much as women. We have to stop doing that. It's so good to see you. Look, I haven't put on makeup. I was so excited. And I thought, well, should I do this in my pajamas? No. So I made an effort. All right, so we have Claudia. We'll see if we get any more. So, how are you doing? Are you feeling all right? Hi there. How are you? Who's joining us? I can't tell from the name. Hi, Frida. How are you? Good to see you. Is everyone doing well? Are you staying safe? I feel like I'm an old person yelling into my phone. Like, you can hear me. It's weird. Okay, good. I'm goof. I love it. I'm good. All right, well, I guess I'll just get started and we'll have more people join in. I'm not fully understanding if they join us, like, from the very beginning or in the middle. Oh, no, you're in quarantine. Oh, Frida, I hope you're okay. Or are you just saying that you're just staying home? I don't want to assume. Hi there. Hi, Esteban. How are you guys? Future Teachers Club, I love it. I'm so glad you guys are here. Oh my gosh, we all need to be doing some sessions, and this is really the impact of our teaching. So I'm so glad that you're here, because we're trying to figure this stuff out. I have a phone call. I'll talk to them later. It's probably my boyfriend again, Skim Likely. He likes to call me a lot, even when I'm quarantined. So, oh, you're okay, okay. I know, we say that word quarantine, and I'm like, are they really sick or not? I did that the other day, and someone was like, are you okay? What's wrong? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I mean, I'm self-quarantining. So I've made that mistake too. And so don't worry. Don't freak out. Okay, it's fine. I'm sad to learn that all my classes are, I know, I'm with you. That's, I saw a great post that said, this is not what we signed up for as students. We expected to come to class. And unfortunately, it's just one of these moments in history. This is really very much a historical moment. And so we're all going to have to adjust just this mid-change. And, I think the future of education is definitely going to be different after this. So I know it's still sad, but, we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Is anyone thinking of dropping a class? I'm wondering if anyone's, just going to be like cut their losses and run and then just start over in the fall. I don't know. So, all right, well, I guess I'm just going to keep talking. And as we get more people in to join us, you have calculus. Yeah, well, I mean, math can be done online. Really, maybe it's the teacher or the, hi there, hi Vanny Trench. Can't tell who that is. Yeah, I know. Well, again, this is all a transition process. So one of my students just asked me, where can she get help for math? Because she's taking a calculus class, so she really needs to be on campus. And I just to share with you, go to the Learning Center and all of those tutors and things. We're all having meetings. We're all figuring out how we're going to be able to serve you. So, just hang in there. Everything, I think that's why this next week, all of the teachers we're going to meet, and we're going to figure out how do we still support our students when things that we're used to having face-to-face is changing, and how do we adjust with that? So, I've shared about as much information as I've been given. So this is kind of a learning curve as everyone is going. So, okay. Frida, hang in there. Okay, Frida, sorry. Who else is joining us? I see a few more people. Hi, y'all doing all right? So, well, I guess I'll keep talking. Let's see, I can't drop the class. Yeah. So, again, so many people are impacted. So another student asked, she can't drop the class because she's an international student. And I know many of my students are international students because I've kind of walked into those situations where I've said, well, maybe you should drop the class. And then the student is like, well, I'm an international student, I can't. So we'll have to see how that impacts. I have a feeling everybody is going to be willing to work with everyone else on that. I just saw they're not doing standardized testing for the middle schoolers. So who's to say that they won't bend the rules and won't change them for the international students? So, I'll keep an eye out. I'll make sure to ask my dean if she knows who can I refer those students to. So, I think really what I need from you guys is just a list of what's going on, how do you feel about these things, and let me move them up the chain and ask. Okay. So I actually made some signs so that I wouldn't get distracted, and I already am. So this is my little, I don't know if you can see it, welcome to ALAS. So, achieving Latino academic success. And I thought if you want to post any comments or feedback or anything, you can just do the hashtag ALAS2020, and then I can go and look through them a little bit later, and our officers and everyone else. Okay? So, if you don't know who we are, and I'm wearing the t-shirt as well. So, by the way, this was made by my friend Holly. She decorated this on the back, the sugar skull. I don't know if you can kind of see it. So Holly is in Austin. Hi, Holly. Hopefully she'll join us. She's an amazing artist, and she and I went to school together. So I was really happy that she was willing to design the shirts for ALAS. Okay. So just so we have kind of an agenda, because more people are going to be coming in. So this is kind of the order that, I'm sorry, I'm reading as I'm watching this, so that's even harder. So I made a list of things that we can possibly talk about. But yeah, as I see questions coming in. Okay, so international students here at your service, no, you cannot drop a class. You only have to wait. Your classes turn online. They do not represent it. Okay, I'm not sure what all that is, but I will definitely ask them how are international students going to be impacted, so I will make sure to add that to my list of questions that I can then send up of the board. Hi there. Hey guys, how are you guys? Hi Max, how are you? Let's see, that's not Max. Is that German? That looks like German. He'll tell me here in a minute. Okay. Alright, so we're just doing welcome introductions. For those of you that are not part of ALAS, we're the Latino Club at Richland College, and we're celebrating our 10th year as a club, which is hard to believe. 10 years ago, that's when I started my full-time here as well. Yeah, it's German. Claudia just outed you on that. Sorry if you were trying to keep your identity secret. Maybe that one crazy girl, she's going to find you now, so just be careful. But what we are as a club is really just this, what we're doing. We just engage and connect, and I try to expose you to things that you would not get in a normal school environment. For a lot of our Latino students, they are first generation, so they don't always have the support system or the backup of what it takes. My family, I was certainly the first, not only to get an undergraduate degree, but also to get a master's, and I think there's another member in my family getting a doctorate. So, yeah, I certainly know what it feels like to be the first and to not have that support system, to know how to figure things out as you go along. And so this club is really meant for you guys to help you feel connected. Oh, there's our ALAS president. Hi, Ruben. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Hopefully you're good. So I guess my next question is, how are you guys doing? Is there any fears, any questions, any worries you want to share? What has been kind of your state of mind the last few days since all this happened? I'll just look and see if there's any comments. Hey there. Hi, Chris. How are you? Another one of our officers. Afraid we'll run out of food? Yes, that's certainly a legitimate fear. I went to the grocery store again. By the way, the best time to go, early in the morning. Go at like 7 in the morning. I know, it is depressing and sad. Absolutely. And I do every time, I grab a water or I open up a package, I'm like, I hope I have enough to last. But as long as, grocery stores are going to be open and they keep resupplying, yeah. So, I love that in Spanish. Estamos bien. My Spanish is not the best, so I do my best. So if you can translate it, that'd be great. I don't want to misread anything. I'm still kind of not that great at Spanish. I'm still working on it. So, but everything is good. Wonderful. Okay, good to hear it. So, so I think we've already been kind of talking about. Oh no, Ruben's been sick for these past 4 days. Yeah, I'm hoping it's allergies as well. Ruben, do you plan to get tested? That sounds so different from the 90s version of that question. I hope you're okay, Ruben. Oh my goodness. I don't think he knows if he has the virus. Hopefully he'll get tested. But yeah, definitely, and that's the other problem is allergies are going around. People are still recovering from the flu. That's still taking a lot of people out of work because of that and school. So hopefully, Ruben, you're okay. Is anyone working right now? That's what I'm curious about. Or are all of you just staying home? Let's see, we're about 9 people on here. Because I think I've noticed I saw, good, my family made masks. Oh, you need to take a picture and show us at some point, German. I'm thinking about making some masks myself. I actually went to Walmart and I found this cloth. But then I'm like, is that really appropriate to make a face mask? But why not? It's sugar skulls, right? Why is that wrong? Oh, close and good. Staying home with the family. Has high security and takes everyone's temperature. Okay, good. So, Chris, you're working and you're in a good place. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm curious. Can you guys see all these questions as well? I don't want to have to keep reading them out. German sent me some masks. Oh, see, I think, honestly, if we had our own voting, we should vote German as MVP of Alas. He just does so much. So I've been getting better, having symptoms. Okay, so yeah, just keep tracking everything, Ruben. Please let me know. We'll check in with you. If you need any of us to bring you something, food or medicine or whatever, and you don't want anyone from the house to go out, let me know. Please, we're here to help, okay? We are okay. We're not scared. Okay. Well, that's good. Oh, you made sanitizer with alcohol and aloe vera. It works. Okay, I'm totally going to make that because I saw some videos of that because I have all those ingredients at home. So, okay, I'm going to give it a try. I have wipes, and then I was going to, my mom made her own kind of disinfectants. She doused them in alcohol and then puts them in a little baggie, and everywhere we go, she was using them to wipe stuff down. Hi, Chelsea, how are you? Okay. Selling 4 hand sanitizer for $35. Yeah, that's price gouging. They need to stop doing that. That's just awful. So, hi there. Good to see you. Glad you joined us. I know it's weird. It's like I just saw you guys the other day, and now this is as close as I can get to everyone. So, well, if you're curious, this is actually my art room. I call it my art room because I'm not a hoarder. I'm a crafter, and I do art, and I do all kinds of stuff. And so finally, I fought for space and have my very own room to put all this crap in, and I just closed the door. So Ruben says 100% healthy, have enough food. Okay. All right, but seriously, if you guys need anything, if you need a ride, if you need any kind of outside contact for someone, definitely let us know, Ruben. Okay? Yeah, we hope you get better soon because, yeah, we can't, I'm not having another election, okay? So we cannot replace you. Yeah, that's why I don't want you to die because I don't want to do another. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I want you to get better. Genuinely, I want you to get better. Okay, don't worry about anything else. Okay, at least, you're home, you're resting, you're not missing schoolwork, so hopefully by the end of this week, early next week, you will be feeling much better, so, okay. All right, let me show you just a little bit. If you're curious, I'll do a little sweep of it's my art room / office, okay. Oh, I forgot to, before I pick you up and carry you around, okay, stop moving. It is St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. 2 years ago, my boyfriend and I were walking in the Greenville parade. They did the 5K before the parade, and then we stayed and watched it. And I'm like, wow, 2 years, things have changed quite a bit. So I saw this at Walmart when I went. If you go to the grocery store super early in the morning, it was just me and the older folks, and let me tell you, they went out of their way to stay as far away from me as possible. So, hi there, how are you guys? Good to see you. So I saw this, it's a sugar skull shamrock with a necklace, and I got one extra. So if you do some kind of posting that you were on this live feed today and do the hashtag, where is it? LS2020. If you do that, then I will give you this one for free. So I have an extra. All right. So if you want to do that, and then I'll pick the best post, and then that's your prize. Okay. Hopefully next time then I see you face to face. Okay. And I'll repost that as a reminder if nobody does that. So, all right. So let me show you a little bit about my office. Okay. And here we go. So this is kind of the little crafting area. This up here is actually it's like a vision board. I start vision boards and restart them. Postcards people give me. The girl in the middle with the conical hat. This one right here. I got her on my trip from Vietnam. So I love buying folk art, street art when I go to different countries. So that's from there. Okay. And then if I turn this way. Oh, this is one of my art pieces that I did from an art class at Richland, by the way. Let me go this way first. There's my little Wonder Woman. So I have an older brother, and he buys me lots of little tchotchkes and things, and that's one of the things he got me, I think for my birthday. Okay. And then over here, yeah, just some more artwork, and then behind this door, more art supplies. So there you go. And my sugar skull apron, which I wear when I do a messy art project. I have many a backpack. Sonia got me another one of these green Mexican grocery bags, but it's purple. So I'm really excited. I'll hang it up there next time. So thank you for that. I love those bags. So just some art from friends. You love my office. Because lack of time, I love so much the crafting. You have a creep cut machine. I am so envious that you have one. I'm like afraid to get one because I will just go down a slippery slope. So, and then there'll be more stuff I have to buy. I'm right in the middle of doing St. Patrick's Day crafting, so I have stuff. Oh, and look at this, 1,000 pipe cleaners or chenille ties. Because I was so terrified I was going to run out, so I bulk ordered it from Amazon. I know, it's crazy. And over here, so as those of you that have had class with me, you know I'm a bit of an organizer. I love to organize stuff. This is actually a Lazy Susan, giant Lazy Susan, and I use it to put all my tools and my crafts on there. So, and then over here, is my computer writing area. Actually, you know what? I could switch the camera over, but that's all right. Let's see what happens if I do that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that worked. So here's my little computer area. My friend Holly got me this picture. I love Dachshunds. Some of you know I grew up with Dachshunds. I had 2 growing up. They were my childhood dogs. So, and that's, of course, kind of replicating Andy Warhol. So we're supposed to get that in history pretty soon. Just more, reminders, vision board, all kinds of, and there's my doxy there. So I'm not going to show you the rest. I'm not going to do a full sweep of the room because all the stuff behind me is a nightmare. Then I look like I'm hoarding. Okay. Yes, I have so many books that I want to read as well. So let me come back around. There we go. Hi there. Oh, I love all the hearts. It's so cute. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to set you back up. Here we go. Oh, and let me show you the main thing I've been working on. So one of the things I wanted to talk about with the club today is, how are you taking care of yourself? I've seen so many comments already of people saying, well, I want to do this, I want to do that, I'd like to read some books, I'd like to do some crafting, but we're in a position where we actually can do these things. Oh, yes, and what's really sad is, yes, I'm organized, but I have nothing on my mom. My mom is next level organization, and I learned a lot of my habits from her. She has one of those just very creative minds. It's unfortunate that I am first generation because if my mother had had a chance to have an education, oh my gosh, she would have been a rock star at anything she could have done. She could have been a hell of a lawyer. She could have been very much a successful businesswoman, and she's very creative herself, so I think I get my creativity from her. And she just knows how to do these things that are not only creative but functional. For example, we had a car in the 80s, it was a Cadillac, and the hydraulics on the trunk broke. And if any of you have an old Cadillac, you know that this happens. The trunk stops. And so you have to have someone, usually one of the kids, to hold the trunk up so you can get your stuff out of the trunk. My mom figured out how to cut off a piece of a mop, the stick, measured it just so, like eyeballed it and measured it, cut it to the perfect spec so that when you open the trunk, you put the stick right there, hold it in place. You can get all your stuff out, and then you lift it, and it rolls into the basket where she had it stored. I mean, who comes up with that stuff? Engineers come up with stuff like that. My mom never had the education, but we always called it Mom's bag of tricks. And so, especially when my dad would get sick in the end and was in the hospital, he'd be like, tell Mom to bring her bag of tricks. And that's exactly what she does. One of them you might see if you've taken class with me is I have my bottle of water, and it's in a cloth kind of cover. Maybe you've seen it. It looks like it's an old towel. My mom made those, and I agree with her. She's like, I'm so tired of having like a cold drink and it sweats and it doesn't go anywhere, and then it makes a circle, and I'm tired of wrapping a napkin around it. So she made these little sleeves from old towels, and haven't had that problem since. So it's kind of amazing. So she's really that good. Yeah. Alrighty, so we have a few more people that have joined us. Yay. Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. I just did a sweep of my office so you can kind of see the stuff. I wanted to show you the big crafting thing, because that was one of my questions, is how are you doing self-care? How are you keeping an eye on yourself and doing those things? So one of the things I promised myself is that I would do a craft project and continue doing one and then finish it and then do the next one. So I kind of have a list in my mind of what I want to do. And this one I'm almost done with. It's actually for a birthday gift for today. It's a wreath. It's still not quite finished. So I've started doing crafting with wreaths. If you've been to my office, you saw the Valentine's Day one. So this is the St. Patrick's Day one. I still need to add more things. Where's the little, I actually have it upside down. Oh, good Lord. Hello. Okay, I can't read backwards. There we go. So you see the little feet and the little sign. So I'm going to add a few more shamrocks and things. See, look, I have a little hat. I might stick that on there somewhere. I'm going to add some of these little shamrocks. So yeah, and I started doing these because I had to be home for a month in January because I had the flu. So it's not really funny, but the idea that people have to stay home and self-quarantine, well, oh my gosh, this is my second time to do it. The first time I had nothing at home and I was sick. I got the flu, my boyfriend got the flu, our teenager started getting symptoms, and we were just for a whole month. So I was so sick, the only thing I could do was watch DIY videos on YouTube because it was short enough that I could watch it and then I could rest, watch another one and then I'd rest, rather than trying to watch a movie and you fall asleep halfway through. And then when I got better, by the way, that wreath, everything is from Dollar Tree. So that's what I love about it. If you type in Dollar Tree crafts on Google or on YouTube, so many ideas, and that's where I got that idea. And so started making some wreaths when I felt strong enough I could sit up, and I was doing that right before the semester started. I see Daniela joined us. How are you? I heard you were out of town, so hopefully you made it back. I hope you're doing all right. So yeah, so we talked about crafts. We asked how you're doing stuff. Learning how to use, oh my God, I misread that. I'm trying to Procreate on my iPad. I misread that. I'm trying to learn how to Procreate my iPad. Okay, no, it's still not. Did you look at what you wrote? I'm trying to learn how to do something with your iPad, because you have the time. Okay. Yes, I love the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, all us crafting stuff is Dollar Tree. Hi there, good to see you. It has the goofiest program name. Oh, okay. Because I was just like, you're going to Procreate on an iPad. Did the marketers not think that through? Yeah, okay, sure. That's too funny. All right, so back to I made a little, I know, you know me, how organized I am. I made a little agenda, okay? I'm a pain in the ass with my agendas. So I did a welcome, okay? Oh, I bought new markers at Walmart this morning, so I'm going to use them. Okay, so we did the welcome. Yes. All right, how are you? I think everyone's telling me they're doing good. Let's see. It's a digital art pro. Okay, you'll have to let me know how Procreate is. I'm very curious about it, if it's good. I love learning new mediums and stuff, and I haven't done as much digital art, but my friend Holly, she does, and so I feel like that's the next level as well. And it also honestly takes some pressure off of me in that I don't have to be a perfect drawer. If I can use technology to help me with measuring and finding things to size. So, yeah, I think that's great. All right. Okay, so I think we talked about this a little bit, but I'll ask, since people are just now joining us again, what concerns do you have as a student? In terms of, are you worried about your classes? Are you worried about graphic design for everything? Okay. All right, so she's asking about Procreate. What other concerns do you have as a student? I know, I love new markers. And they smell, I should not be sniffing a marker. So, all right, I already did that today. Okay, I think we kind of did that. So I think the last thing that I have, what time is it? Okay, I didn't want to spend more than an hour, too much time. I could see some people are leaving, some people are coming in. It's totally fine. How are you practicing self-care? That was my next question. Okay, so versus the things that you want to do, what are the things that you actually are doing at home? That's what I want to know. So I'm going to show you some things that I do for self-care. I love this term self-care because it kind of justifies it. Let's see. Danielle is, I'm worried people like me don't learn well online for more interactive learning space. Okay, so I can definitely, I'm kind of making a list of concerns that students have about this transition, and I will certainly let them know that. If you've never taken an online class, it actually is pretty interactive, more so than you realize. I think sometimes it just depends on the professor. So seeing what styles, how they talk to their students, what have you, okay? For self-care, I'm staying home and watching all the Harry Potter movies. I love that. God, there's so many movies, though. But then when you're done, then what? Stretching every day, making sure I stay hydrated. That's great. I love that. Did you know that you can do classes online? I did a yoga class yesterday on YouTube. Some of the yoga studios around here in the area, if you belong to any of them, are doing live yoga classes. In fact, the one that I attend, they're doing live classes. Let's see, do you know where we go online to take the classes? Yes. So yeah, you go to eCampus. Really, you need to just keep checking your email or reach out to your professors. I would maybe give them till the end of this week because we just got the news that this is happening, and then let them see if they reach out to you first in terms of next steps. I think because we have these 2 weeks right now, we're still in transition and figuring that out. But yeah, I think every course that is signed up that you register for automatically has an eCampus shell. So if you've never used eCampus before for a class, we do have a spot there for that link. And then it's really up to the professor to add the information. Okay, so maybe they move your assignments to an online format. They're probably home right now figuring out the best way to do that, if it's just doing a discussion board, if it's doing an online assignment or taking a test, and then you have to make the test bank. So all of those things take time, okay? So hopefully make a list of all your classes, your professors, figure out who do I stay in contact with? Do I have an email for each of those professors? Do I know what their office hours are? Have I heard from any of them? And then you can focus on the one that is not getting back to you right away, okay? Also avoiding hugs, trying to watch some Netflix. But all my family is using it, so gotta wait. That is hilarious. You could watch stuff together. So we have to do a rotation sometimes, my boyfriend and I. We don't always agree on the same stuff that we watch. So we have shows that we watch together shared, and then I have my shows that I prefer, and he has his shows he prefers. So maybe if there's a designated family time, and say, okay, after 6 o'clock, we all sit down and watch a movie together, and it's so-and-so's night to pick, and we're going to watch it, and then the next night it's someone else's, so maybe you can do a rotation like that and see if that helps. Will schools still utilize counseling services? That is a great question. I don't know because we have not been given enough data yet, enough information. We're still figuring that out. I am sure they will come up with some way to provide support and counseling. I have a feeling, and again, don't quote me on this, but they probably will keep the campus open on a limited basis so that if you need to come to campus for something, possibly, but again, nothing has been decided, but I know other colleges are doing that. I have friends that work at Texas State, that work at UT Dallas, that work at Arlington, and everyone is going to be different. So I will add that my list. So I have a list of questions and concerns you have as students, and then after today's session, I will send an email to let people know these are some of the questions students have. So you want to know about counseling services, someone asked me about international students, feedback, what else? Will all the assignments be on eCampus? Okay, so those are some great questions. So if you have any more, let me know or send it through the WhatsApp, and I will add to it. I'll make sure I do one more ask on the WhatsApp before we do that. Okay? Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, that's what we're here for. If you've seen any war movies, you know that the expression is shit rolls downhill. So from the higher ups in the command, they give all the shit to the people that are below them. But complaints from the soldier all the way to the general go up. So a general is not going to complain directly to a soldier. It's always going to be the other way around. So you as students can complain up the chain. Me, I can complain up the chain. But me complaining to you guys about maybe my boss or my dean or my president, the protocol, you're not really supposed to do that. So just FYI. Even though I do like to share with you stuff like struggles, outside of class. But for the most part, that's kind of how it goes. So any complaints, any questions, my job is to send it up the chain. And hopefully they will know firsthand what it is you're worried about, what it is that you need, and we'll go from there. And I'll keep asking that question every time we meet. So as you come up with more questions, let me know. And each day, here are more questions they have. Here are more concerns they have. And that's how you keep an open dialogue. And that's how you let people know this is where the students are, this is where they're concerned, this is where we are as faculty, this is what we're concerned about, and we go up from there, all the way up, hopefully, to the chancellor. So I know the poor guy has been taking some hits on social media. I certainly won't disparage him because, frankly, he's my boss. So, again, chain of command. I cannot really complain to you guys about how I feel, good or bad. So I just know he's doing the best he can. We will keep an eye out on decisions, and that's all I'm going to say. Remember, sometimes the best thing is to not say anything negative at all, and that's what I'm going to do. So there you go. All right. What was the question? About complaints. Any questions that you want, like faculty and the chancellor and people up the chain to know? What are your concerns? What are your worries as we transition to an online format? Okay, because really, this is all new for all of us. We are not sure how this is going to work. We've never done this in the history of a semester ever. So if you think about it, and many of you are my history students, you know we are making a moment in history. We really are. I tell in my history classes, an event happens, and we as Americans are never the same. We are forever altered by those events. And so think about 9/11. Now, I know many of you are so young, you were actually born after 9/11, so that's why this context doesn't always work for my students. But after 9/11, we were never the same as a country. We were much more scared, much more paranoid, the fear of being attacked by another country. I talked about in class how there was a time when you could take a loved one and go all the way to the gate to see them off. My dad and I, he used to take me, and we would go watch airplanes at DFW. Can't do that anymore. Now, I have to take off my freaking shoes to get through security and do this bullshit here in the, and the pat down. That's a far different cry, okay? Yeah, so you weren't there, so you don't have that context. And just like I wasn't alive when John F. Kennedy was killed. But I know as a country, because I'm a historian, that how we behaved and trusted our politicians is very different than what happened after Kennedy, and even after Nixon, okay? for sure. It was crazy watching how it unfolded inside the class that morning. Absolutely. And so now, if you think about it, in 5 years and 10 years, the next generation of kids, they won't know about coronavirus. And so you will be able to say, this is where I was at when this happened. And here's how we dealt with it. And here are the things that I remember of it. Just like I was your age, an undergraduate at UNT, when the Oklahoma City bombing happened. And that for me was a very shocking moment. And we were never the same as a state and as a country, domestic terrorism. So my phone might die and I'm back at the store, so it might not be bad. It's okay. Just charge your phone next time. But no worries. But if you do get cut off, Daniela, it was so good to see you. I love you. So hopefully, let's go back to what we were talking about with self-care. So you guys, some of you had I want to do this, I want to do that. Let me show you just some of the things that I do. And if you're interested, I can feature more of these things in future episodes. I don't know. But one of the things I do a lot of things throughout my day. I actually do a block schedule. Okay, and any book I've got so many book recommendations. Oh my gosh, yes. Depends what you want. Horror, romance, erotica, sci-fi, history, autobiography, anything. Yes, I have always. Bye, you guys. Good to see you. I have tons of recommendations for books. I was thinking, there is a book you need to look for called American Dirt. Okay, it looks really good. It's very controversial because it's written by a woman who is like me, 4th, 5th generation Latina, but is getting a lot of accolade for writing about things happening at the border, and yet apparently it's controversial in that it's a lot of stereotypes of Latino culture. So I'm reserving judgment until I actually read it. I just started it. And I'm curious to see, I know Sandra Cisneros, who wrote House on Mango Street, endorsed it, still stands by it, and yet people in the community are still very upset that she has continued to support this book. Whereas you have others like Salma Hayek, who has withdrawn her endorsement of this book, and even Oprah had to take pause and was like, well, I have to do a book club and get other people's inputs on that. So, and I didn't get a chance to see it. It was, I think, March 13th. So I'll have to try and find the Oprah's Book Club video about that book. But that's fairly certain that we could do that. All the books. You like all the books. Van Gogh Rainbow Rowell. I don't know that one. Well, that's great. Yeah, I do. I read several books as well. I have books I read in the morning, books I read at night, books for fun, books for when I'm stressed out. There you go. Other things of self-care. Does anybody journal? I don't know if you guys do journaling. So I got myself a nice journal. This is actually paper blanks. You can actually order it online. They also have it at the Japanese bookstore, and they have it at Barnes & Noble. So if you can order it online, you don't have to go out. Okay. I love the covers of those. So that's one of the things that I've been doing for self-care, is just to make sure that I'm journaling, I'm reflecting, I'm thinking through my things. Okay. Okay, there's still a discussion going on about books. Like those young adult books. Yeah. I did read the, what is it, I almost said The Hummingbird. Oh my gosh. The one with Katniss. I can't think of the stupid name of the book. Those young adult books are pretty good. Dystopian novels. I'll remember it after the video's over. Then I'll remember it. Yeah. Yes, you should definitely get another journal. You can order them online or, run to the dollar store or whatnot. I wanted to show you, not only do I doodle, I do, and I also ordered some new pens. These are the friction pens, the erasable pens. I can't wait. Hunger Games, thank you. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Hi, Rosa. Oh my gosh, Rosa, so good to see you. How are you? I missed you. And your brother is just kicking ass in Alas. I tell you what, when I saw that he was joining us, I was so glad to hear it. So that's wonderful. Yeah, definitely give Hunger Games a read. It's very dystopian future. It's bleak. The movies are good, though. It follows it pretty well. But those are good if you want something lighthearted and kind of the reality of what we're living in. If anyone's seen The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, oh my goodness, especially when I went to the grocery store today and how there were a lot of empty shelves. You see echoes of that in the show, and it's kind of almost a near future possibility We talked a little bit about it in 1302 History. So, yes, new pens. Oh, I love an excuse to buy new pens. So I got these. I actually ordered them on Amazon to inspire me to start journaling. So usually if I haven't journaled in a while, I'm like, maybe I need some pens to perk me up, to make me feel better. I'll have to show you my pen tray. Oh, it's over. I'll show it next time I'm online. It's over there and it's massive. So this is also a journal I just finished. I actually redid the cover because it was falling apart from some old shopping bag gift paper. See how pretty the pattern? Yes, that shows everything. It is so good. So this is a completed journal. I finished in a couple of years. I stop it. And then at the very end, I started turning it into scrapbooking as well. So especially if I go on trips. This is from a trip I went to Boston about 5 years ago for a conference. And then I went to some historical places. So, and then these are some of my Zentangles. I actually like both. I prefer thicker pens for writing, but then I like thinner pens for like checklists and stuff. Oh my gosh, I have a pen for every occasion. So, oh yes, it's so good to see you, Rosa. Oh, wonderful. Well, we miss you, and I think, Rosa, at some point we need to talk about maybe doing an ALICE alumni community or group, because now it's been 10 years, and there are so many alumni that we can keep track of and come visit and all of that. So, oh, this is a little poem I wrote for my friend Holly. She's the one that designed the ALICE t-shirt, the sugar skull in the back. So I don't know if you can read it. Here, I'll read it to you, because she's my friend from college. She's what I call my partner in crime. So I'll read it to you. It says, Holly, beautiful spirit, kind heart, drunken laughter, fashion docent, art co-conspirator, diamond unique, eternal friend. So, and I wrote that in 2014. So I've known her for, oh my gosh, 20 plus years. All I'm going to say is I am glad this medium did not exist back then. I'm glad there was no Facebook and no online. I'm just going to leave it like that. So, yay! So that's one of my older journals that I do. And so if I ever have like blank pages in the back of a journal, because I always like to pick up and start a new one, I'm working on trying to complete a journal from beginning to end, but I have a hard time with that sometimes, because I see a new journal, I'm like, I want to start writing that one. So, no, audio's working as far as I can tell. Never mind, okay. And so if I have an old journal, I go back and I use that now as a scrapbook to put art or collaging or whatever. So now my goal is to close out all those journals that have empty pages. Okay. This is another one. This is actually last year's. I managed to do a whole journal in a year. I was so proud of myself. A lot of starts and stops. I made more of a commitment to do more personal writing. So doing daily writing, it's part of my self-care now. And then I do bullet journaling. And there's lots of videos on YouTube on how to bullet journal if you want any of my top favorites. So, yeah, I did that one because you can tell I love Snoopy. That's from 2018. So, I've used Rocketbook. I don't know what Rocketbook is. I will check that out. That's pretty cool. So, I do year overviews of major events that have happened just so I can remember. Oh, I have the rally on here from when we saw Alicia Keys in 2018 when she came to campus. So I put it as a memorable moment in my year overview. So that was the rally in October of 2018. So, yeah, that's why I like doing bullet journals. I can refer to events that happened, and let's see what else. Wasabi tape I love, or as I call it, or I just called it, I call it wasabi tape. Washi tape. So there's spring 2019. Some stickers. So yeah, so I've incorporated this more into my day of self-care. Sometimes I write in the morning. Sometimes I write at night. Just whatever. I recommend journaling, fans and students. Yes. Okay, I will definitely take it down. All right, good to see you, Rosa. Be safe. Absolutely. I'm glad you joined us. Wow, we've been on here for 45 minutes, so I thought maybe I'd have 10 minutes of stuff to say, and that's it. So, should we keep promoting the check-ins, at least for the next few days, see if we can get more people to join and check it out? That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? I'll wait to see if anyone says anything. Okay, so let me do the other thing that I have while we wrap up. Okay, and then I'll repost this as well. Okay, so for our next meeting, okay, first one is when I start, tell me about some of your self-care practices. Okay, that's fine. I'm about to get off. And then 2, what is your daily or your block schedule? So how are you, how are you chopping up your day to get through? And I'll certainly share with you my block schedule. And here's what I want to talk about at the next discussion, okay? Who are you? Like, how do you identify yourself? Okay, and really we've had this discussion in the Latino Club, that eternal question of when someone asks you, what are you? Or who are you? How do you answer that? Okay, so think about the instances where someone has come up to you and says, oh, what are you? Who are you? You've heard that before. What do you mean, what am I? I'm a person. I'm a human being. So because we're talking about some Latino issues in these discussions, I want you to consider, and if you have an idea or you want to post already, like a meme or a picture or a comment, then just put the hashtag Alice2020, and you can put it on any of the mediums. You can put it on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat. I'll have someone look on Snapchat. I'm not as good at it. But why don't we plan to think about that question so that next time, so I'm giving you homework, basically, as a teacher. So that's what we're going to do. Okay? So think about that question. Also think about if you want to share at our next gathering. Tell me about your self-care practices and what is your new daily schedule or block routine. Like, how are you breaking up your day? Have you even thought about that you could actually schedule out your day? And I will certainly share with you my practices and how I make it through my day so that I'm not just binge watching all day. I will disclose to you that I do suffer from depression, so I know what it's like to just want to sleep all day and do absolutely nothing and not leave that bed. So let's talk to each other about self-care next time, and how can we get through our day and treat it as if we were going to class normally and continue with all of that. Okay? It was so good to see you guys. I love you guys so much. I hope you stay healthy, and let's keep an eye out for Ruben and check with him offline. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right? Good to see you. Mental Health Advocates Unite. So yes, those are the questions I will ask going up about counseling. Goodbye. Good to see you. About counseling, about international students, about eCampus homework, and I'm sure there was another one, but I will review the video again, and I will write them down. Okay? Good to see you. Have a good one. Love you guys. All right, I'm going to end it right now. Bye. Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day. And by the way, I'm doing a giveaway. If you want this free little guy, Sugar Skull, then just do the hashtag Alice2020, either answering any of those questions or tell me something about how you watched the program today. Okay? All right. I'll see you. Bye.